Hi, welcome back to Falling Down Garage. This is a little bit of an oddball episode. So my girlfriend told me that the remote start worked, but the heat never kicked on. She drove the car to work. I'm completely terrified that the thing is out of coolant and the engine's going to turn out to be blown. I hope I'm wrong. It's a 2016 Ford C Max Energi plug-in hybrid. It's really a nice little car. Has a cam back to it, so it's sort of like the closest thing to it historically would be a Pacer, believe it or not. So it's wider than a normal economy car, wider than the Prius I'm in, and great interior. It's like a miniature Lincoln inside, but cars have aluminum blocks and heads. They nowadays, overhead cam, they do not like to get hot. So we probably have a problem. I'm gonna go see if there's coolant in it, say a prayer, and hopefully leave this at work for her and then take her car to the shop. But that this could be like a $5,000 to $10,000 mistake, so I'm not happy at the moment. I'm not going to be wrenching on the car. I'm just going to be assessing it. And from reading this morning, I found out it has two coolant systems, which one for the battery and then one for the actual passenger comfort, cooling the engine and such. So I'm going to be learning as I go here. So hopefully I'll get lucky and it's just like a bad solenoid, but I don't get lucky very often, so we'll see. I'll be back 35 miles from now. All right, so I just pulled up to her work. There are no parking spaces here, so I'm double parked. I'm gonna say a prayer and see what I find. I'm gonna start with the coolant system. All right, I had to do some reading. This is the fill for the windshield washer fluid, and then behind here is a decidedly empty looking overflow reservoir for the coolant. Oh dear God, I have a feeling we're screwed here. Let me see if this thing wants to give up the twist off here. I don't even know where you fill it from. This thing, it just spins and spins, but doesn't want to come off. There's a reason why I have a couple engines with push rods in them. Bone dry. This is very bad. I think this is the coolant system for, no, that's probably the master cylinder. No, I don't know. Oh my God, I'm like mortified here. So I popped my Innova 5210 OBD2 scanner in. I don't have the car on yet. I want to see what it detects just off of battery power. I'm completely terrified here. OBD2. Okay. Where's okay? Coolant pump A control circuit performs stuck off. Well, yeah, of course. And oh my God, press any hotkey. I just want to throw up right now. All right. I'm just going to assume that's the problem. And of course it's stuck off if there's no darn coolant in it. All right, I'm going to run to the store. I will be back. Fun stuff. shut the car off. Yeah, I don't, most things are fun. You're just doing them because you chose it, but you know, I'm not used to this kind of problems. I don't know. I picked 2 gallons of this stuff up. It's ready mix. I've got to get this funnel that I bought, tap it into here, and I might actually put you under the car so you can see if it's got an obvious leak. My guess is this might be a bad water pump. It says a coolant valve is stuck closed, but that might be a default to keep it from bleeding out if there's a coolant leak. It might be that sophisticated where it keeps the coolant in the block. We will find out. Oh, and then I'm gonna leave my girlfriend my car and then try to limp this thing home. And you know, we'll see. I'm just dumbfounded, but here we are. All right, so we're gonna try to get this cap back off. I left it loose on purpose. All right, so that, we're gonna leave this up on the cowl. Easy for a guy with my peculiar accent to say. All right, this thing has some sort of weird, all right, I think it's open, so I'm gonna pop this over. I'm gonna funnel, fix this over here. So far, so good. This theoretically could hang on here, but probably not. Gotta get the cap off of here. So let me fish this in. And it'd be really super awesome to have a second set of hands. Can I fish this on here? Or it'll clip? No. Yes, maybe. Maybe not. Yeah, we're playing with fire here. All right, so I'm gonna use my knuckle and puncture through the bottle. Got that handled. Hopefully this will show up on camera. It's registering, that's a positive sign. All right, I'm over max, which is not ideal. I'm gonna cap off the radiator jug. I'm gonna fish this out, cap this off. So the plan here is I'm gonna swap cars. I'm gonna take this home and run like heck and say a prayer, and hopefully I don't have to get this thing towed. And then ideally we take it to our mechanic that fixed her son's Prius after I bought it from auction. Then we get out of this without a $5,000 machine shop bill. It'd be really awesome. The other hurtful thing that has happened to me so far is she left me a car on fumes. So we'll see. I don't know which way to go home. I'm afraid to take this on the highway. My girlfriend has been awesome since she's been in my life for over 7 years. There's one flaw with her. She ignores check engine lights and low tire pressure lights. I don't get it, but that's what she does. All right, we'll keep you posted here. All right, no obvious drips. The engine's running. Where's the exhaust? Where is the exhaust? Of course the car just shut off. Inconclusive. That's a maybe, unfortunately. The problem is it's a plug-in hybrid, so she can drive it for 15 to 21 miles, or we'll say 10 to be realistic. She cranks the heat on the seats, but until the engine kicks on, you won't have any signs that you have a bad head gasket. So I actually think hybrids are the way to go over electric or straight gas for modern cars, which is why we have two of them. But you gotta pay attention. All right, so there's no weird noises. The climate control, I'm able to get hot air out of it. So if you ever have a car that's overheating and the heat doesn't come on, that means you're losing coolant, because your heat in your car comes from heated liquid, you know, antifreeze, engine coolant. So it's a very bad sign when you call for heat on a hot engine and you don't have it. I mean, you really should pull over and figure it out. So getting heat out of here, I think this has dual climate control. So yeah, I don't know. I rarely ride in this car, but so far so good. But I still need to know where the coolant went. I'm gonna try to limp it home. So the coolant levels drop down into the normal range. That would be explainable by a you know, the system burping itself a little bit, so I'm not concerned. All right, I checked the oil off camera, no milkshake. So far so good. I got a new rivet gun at Harbor Freight. On the way home, I'm getting a little trust, and the coolant levels staying. I'm gonna top it off, actually. Wish I hadn't hit cut. When I opened the coolant system, it let off, I think, a whoosh of a vacuum, not under pressure, but time will tell, won't it? Try to get this. One was leaking from the oh, it wasn't leaking from the rubber, it was leaking from the I know what it was leaking from. The cap, the hollow cap. All right, let's see if we could get a little more in here. Oh, I know what I just did. Nuts. Oh, great. Nice miss. I twisted the thing into the closed position. Nice fail. Oh, it's a little lower than I thought it was. It's a good thing I checked. I apologize for the leaks, but to fine-tune this thing is not going to be possible from the road here. Now my hands smell like glycol. Whatever. For cheese and rice, as Mortsky says. Alright. Whatever it is, it is. It's gonna make it hard to diagnose with all the spilled coolant. I'm doing the mechanic no favors. Oh boy. Yuck. I'm glad I have this wipes in the car. All right, we'll be back. All right, so I did Van Meter Auto Repair in Mantua, New Jersey, no favors. We bought a few years ago a third gen Prius from auction. I got it for like super cheap. It said no brakes on the windshield. Had, I want to say, 161,000 miles on it, and I think I got it for $2,400 plus auction fees. Now I had to pay to have it towed up to New Jersey, but you know, it had a book value of about 11 grand, so I had a lot of room to work with. We got it detailed. We put tires on it. We got a few missing odds and sods for it. It was missing a hubcap. It was missing an antenna. All stuff we sourced from eBay for cheap. But it needed a new Hydro Boost system, or whatever it's called. And you can't bleed those as a civilian. You have to have one of those snap-on scan tools, and you have to cycle it 20 times. So we paid Van Meter to do that. I think they did the brakes on it, and you know, it was an expensive visit, but you know, we were still so far below value that it was like money in the bank. Her son's been driving the car for 2 years, and you know, he lost. I think he lost that hubcap that we put on. That could have been my fault. That could have been because it's on the left front, but he hasn't complained. He hasn't been stranded, and you know, I give a lot of credit to Van Meter, so that's where we're gonna head for this car. It's another, you know, another hybrid with the Hydro Boost. Not that the brakes are a problem, but you know, I trust them, and so I'm looking forward to meeting them. I'm not gonna film there unless they want me to, but we got to get this coolant situation straightened out. So let me turn the HVAC system back, the heat back on, and it's putting out cool air, but it is really warm in here, so maybe 75 merits cold air. I don't know. All right, we'll find out. Off camera, I turned it to full high, and it's blasting warm air. She had the vents shut off. I don't mess with stuff in my car, so I don't know. Yeah, that's good hot air, so far so good. All right, so this is gonna be the end of part one of this video. I got an appointment for Monday morning for them to go through it. It has a code that it shoots, and yikes, I can't believe I have these leaning over like this. So this thing took, yeah, we'll say 2/3 of a gallon of coolant, and it was shooting the code coolant pump A control circuit performance stuck off. Now this has 2 coolant circuits because it also, I think, has one for the battery, and I don't know how to access that. I don't know if you access it from the back here or what, but oh, you know, I probably could have just used this funnel for the coolant bottle. That's probably what that's for. Well, now you know. So my unfortunate guess is head gasket, because you know, that's usually what ends up being whenever you have a mystery coolant leak and you don't have puddles. So I'm hoping against it. I'm hoping it's something else. My second guess is water pump. I don't think this thing has a cracked block, but there's no milkshake in the you know, no evidence of water in the engine oil, but I have a feeling this is going to be an ugly bill. I'm hoping I'm wrong. I'm hoping there's a little pinhole in one of the heater hoses that only rears its head when it's warm. But aluminum engine, non-attentive driver, I'm taking the cynical option. So put in the comments what you think it is, and we'll let you know next week. All right, thanks. Like and subscribe for more. We'll probably get back to some normal fare here after this video.